Hey, Real Talk with Victor family. I get a turn to go first. How about that?
She's taking over. She's taking over.
I'm not. I really don't want to take over. I just was telling Victor that I wanted to try something different than the usual videos that he does because since I've been working from home, we have lunch together almost every day. And we have what I think are really interesting conversations during lunchtime. And I tell him, dang, we should be recording this. These should be the videos. These are the topics that we should be talking about on your videos. So I wanted to just try this a little different instead of us just kind of talking at the cameras, just us having a conversation the way we normally have. And it might be just me asking him some questions today on something that we were talking about the other day. And I think it would make a really good video. But thanks for joining us today, and I hope you enjoy this little concept that we're trying now. Give us feedback. We'd love to hear it in the comments. So what I wanted to talk about today was institutionalized, the word institutionalized. So we have been talking the other day, and you were giving some examples, and I said that would make a really good video. So of course, I Google everything. I looked it up in the dictionary, and in the dictionary, the definition of institutionalized is created and controlled by an established organization, or established as a common and accepted part of a system or culture. And then the examples that they give for when a person is institutionalized is it's used to describe a person who has been living in an institution such as prison for a very long time and is no longer able to live an independent life in the outside world. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that because you had given some good examples. One about a man that you knew from a long time ago when you were young. So if you want to share that story.
Okay. I was telling her a story of this gentleman. He went to jail for like 33 years. And this was back in the days. I was a kid. Before, I would like to say he was in jail before I was born. And he caught his girlfriend with his friend in bed, and he killed them both. It was just an automatic reaction. And he did 33 years and came home, and he was paranoid, literally paranoid. He didn't know the people he came out to see, the difference in traffic, buildings, and he was freaked out. But while he was in there, he met some Italians, and I used to work for they people that he met in there out here. So they gave him the address of where I used to work at with the Italians, and he managed to get there. And he kept telling the guy I used to work for, I want to go back. I want to go back. I can't be out here. I'm nervous. This is too fast for me.
How long was he in jail?
33 years.
Wow.
33 years. And so I was working in a number hole, and he happened to be walking out. He happened to be walking out, and this young kid was trying to hurry up and get inside before it was too late to play the numbers for his grandmother. And he bumped into the man, and he cursed at him. And he was paranoid. He was ready to hurt him just to be able to go back. And my boss came out and he told the kid, you don't know what you're doing. And he spoke to his grandmother, and of course he couldn't go there no more or nothing. But that's just to show you, that when you're in there, it's your lifestyle, right? So it becomes difficult, It's another example is there's, for whoever's in New York and see this, they know Commissioner Buchanan. You used to go to the parole board, and if you was a inmate, you went in there, never made no noise, never caught no ticket, did all your programs, and you had been there more than once, she will hit you at the board. I'm not going to let you go because you're institutionalized and you left better in here than you do out there. We let you go, and then you get in trouble and you come right back. You're institutionalized. So then one day, I was like seeing, I was there for a while, so I see the different ways she talked to different people. When they used to say, Miss Buchanan is here, everybody that was doing good got nervous, like saying, oh man, she's gonna hit me, she's gonna hit me with a year or two. So her thing is that she feel that if you be in trouble in the street, you come into jail, you get into a fight, and you get written up and you might go to the box for 30 days, 60 days, whatever, and then you come out and you probably get in trouble again or maybe not. The thing is, when you first came in, you got in trouble. But then you change and turn around and stop getting in trouble and did all your programs, she would let you go. Because she felt like it changed you. Mm-hmm. You came in being the troublemaker that you was in the street, and you change your pattern.
Yeah, that first man that you were talking about, it reminds me of that movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington, right? And that's based on a true story. And when he finally goes to jail and he comes out at the end, like the end of the movie, that last scene is him coming out of jail and everything going by real fast.
Yeah.
And like he, it kind of ends there, but you could see like he didn't know what to do. Like he was older already, and it was just strange to come out into a different world. So that example that you gave of that man, and I think you had told me before that he lived right in a rented room.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't live like in an apartment or anything. He kind of stood to himself.
Yeah.
He didn't really...
he probably felt comfortable. Them rooms was as small as a cell.
Right. Like he was trying to find a way to make himself comfortable back in the world, but he has stepped out into a new world. So I guess that's I don't know, that's just frightening, right? You've been locked up for so long, wherever it is, right? We're talking about jail here, of course.
He might have done more than 33. I think he got sentenced to 33 to life.
Wow.
But when he came out, he was already
he was older.
He was way older than 50 years.
Wow.
So he probably did more. I mean,
Yeah. But then that example that you gave of the lady at the board, the commissioner, that's different, right? Like, it's just sometimes, because what was the sentences of when you come to the board, you've already done some of your time, right? So it could be a shorter sentence.
Yeah. You go to the board. So you get sentenced to 2 to 4.
Yeah.
Right. That means a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 4.
Yeah.
And then you got what you call a CR, which is a conditional release. That you got to do it in between 3.
Yeah.
Your third year is your conditional release.
Okay.
That you ain't getting no trouble. They'll let you go, whatever. But with the thing with that, you go 2 months before your minimum.
Yeah. But I think what I'm trying to say, I know what I'm trying to say is, it's such a short time, right, for her to, and this is her job, this is what she does or was doing if I think she's there. I'm not trying to say you old, but you've been, you're not young. So to think that she was making that determination in such a short time,
No,
if you come in, I'm saying, like, if you get 2 to 4 and you go to the board 2 years, right? So you came in, maybe that scared you straight.
Okay, but...
And you were an A inmate because just the fact that you got arrested and you got scared and you said, that's it, I'm straightening out because I'm trying to get out of here in 2 years. And then because you were an A, for her to say, well, you behave in here, so you're institutionalized, you need to finish, I'm going to add another year.
Okay, so in her defense, I got to say, she wasn't really doing that to people that came in for the first time.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
She was doing it to people that was using a revolving door in jail.
Okay. Oh,
so
she could see that
she could see all their records.
They were better
you
in
live
jail.
a better life in here than you do in the street.
Wow.
And every time you go out, you hurt somebody or you do this. So to her, that was why she said you were institutionalized. She didn't determine that in the first time.
Yeah.
If you was a first time offender, the chances 99 you going home.
Yeah.
But when you go in there 2, 3 times and you always in there, he was fighting, he beat somebody up in the bar, he did this, he did that, and then they let you go out the first time, then you come back and you're in for the same thing. He just beat somebody up in the subway. then she starts, okay, and then she looks at your inside record because you have a parole officer in there,
Yeah.
which he takes a tab on you,
Yeah.
and he writes and he puts his recommendation.
Yeah.
That don't mean you're gonna get it. Not coming from her.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing great and all that. Okay, great, he's doing great.
Yeah.
But how come he can't do great out in the street? You know. So yeah, that's institutionalized, and it's sad to say it's a reality though. You know, the numbers of people coming back to jail are very, very high.
Why do you think that is?
I think, you know, one day I wrote an appeal in there. And usually you got what I call jailhouse lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
They know the system and all that, and you give them a few packs of cigarettes and they write an appeal for you. But I was so angry, right? Because whoever read my book and whoever knows my life, you know, I didn't have a problem saying guilty because I was looking for revenge, and so I never really fought any case, you know. And a lot of the cases that I did time for, was it the way they wrote it? No, but I really didn't care, and I didn't want to fight. That was the thing. So this one time in '90, around '90s, I went to jail. All my cases are like for drugs, and I was already getting tired. Even though I came to jail after that, because I did, because it took me steps, right? I used to go in because I was constantly using drugs, selling, but using drugs. And then I came home and I was selling and not using drugs. I said, oh man, you know, I'm not getting, I'm making money. So I got addicted to the money and being able to do that. So I got arrested. I went to Watertown, and they have a program, ASAT, KSAT. I had already did ASAT in Governor. And once you do that program, you're entitled to get KSAT. But I went home. And I got arrested again and all that. And they sent me to Watertown. So in Watertown, they were giving work release to the people that was in for petty cases of drugs and all that. It's a program. It's a drug program. And if you completed 6 months in KSAT, you was able to get work release, but they used to give you work release 7 and 0. That means you didn't sleep in the work release. You used to go home, and you had to come every week and see a parole officer and a counselor.
Right.
You know, give your stubs and all that. And I put in for KSAT, and it's the first time I ever put in for anything. Besides, I think I had got a furlough one time and all that. I came out for the weekend and I went back, no problem. Like I said, I never ran from the Lord. That was never me. And I put in for KSAT, and they denied me. I was hot. This is the first time that they denied me something, and I got angry. And I went to the law library and I asked for an application to make an appeal. And I literally wrote on the paper, is this Department of Correction or is it Department of Corruption?
Right.
I've been arrested all my life for drugs, and I'm asking for help, and you're denying me. In less than 2 weeks, it came back, they sent me the case out. You know? So what happens is, you know, I'm gonna say something, and it's sad to say, the people outside play a big part. With all these petitions, and we don't want convicts out here, we don't want this, we don't want that, and make it hard for us. We was getting college. I went to college in jail, and the numbers went down of them coming back. They went out there and did the right thing. Now they had an education, they had a better way, and the people started complaining. Oh, my kids, I gotta pay for college, and you're giving them to the convicts for nothing. They stopped the programs in jail, and the numbers came up again.
Okay.
You know, so sometimes it's like I was talking the other day with somebody on the radio station that I mentioned. You know, we want things, but we don't want to participate or let nobody do anything about it. Why don't they clean up all these drug addicts in the street and all that? And every time they try to open up a rehab, they partition. Not here.
Okay.
So it takes a village.
It takes a
village.
That's good.
You know, and it's sad
That's good.
because let me tell you something. I mean, I might be wrong. It's my opinion. I don't think there's one family in this world that have a family that somebody's not addicted
To something.
to alcohol or drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's our biggest problem in this life,
Yeah.
addiction.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's so you don't accept it till it hits home,
Right.
and then you want when your kid gets in trouble and you can't get help. Now you flip on the government. Yo, you was one of the ones that signed the petition to say there couldn't be a program there.
Right.
I've seen that happen in Scranton. Remember
Right.
the halfway house they put over
Yeah,
there
I know.
in Cedar,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody that I knew used to work with me. She put a petition.
Petition. Yeah.
She put a petition. It's like, really? And she didn't even live in the area.
Yeah.
That's what we do. You know, it's wow. You know, like, you know, being godly today and all that. Whatever. I don't care what you do in life. Point blank. I don't care what you do in life. If you don't do it with love, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Everything you do have to be in love.
Mm-hmm.
In love, you gotta do it. Really coming in from that's just a joy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you know, we volunteered the other day to go out there, right? We went out to a neighborhood that we're not thinking about nationality, color, right? We worked with all kind of people. People had Confederate flag that came, and we treated them like we treated everybody else with a lot of love. God bless you. Stay safe. That's what it should be, instead of us hating each other for the way they think.
Yeah.
Everybody has a right to their opinion.
I like what you said about it takes a village, right? Because if we come back to institutionalized, you know, thinking about ways that we can help, you know, like you're doing this, you want to try to get into the prisons here, you know, and get, you know, become a part of, start bringing church into the prisons here in Florida, you know, and help out the best way that you can. But, you know, I really like what you said about it takes a village, because I was going to ask you, like, what do you think the solution is? But you answered it when I asked you, why do you think there's a revolving door with people going back into jail? So I don't know. I think you can maybe close with that, because I think you kind of said it all. You know, it takes a village.
And I want to just add one. It takes a village. Listen, family, I'm not saying that everybody that come out, if you help them, is going to do the right thing. Right?
Right.
Everybody's rock bottom is different. And the only way you could help somebody is to get to know them, so you can know where their problem comes from, and you can help them with that. There's different ways of helping.
Yeah.
And with that, I think I hope I answered your questions, and I love you guys, and you know, I don't normally do this, but I ask, pray for me and my wife, you know, because my wife is involved in everything I do. You know, even if you don't, you know, you hear Real Talk with Victor, you hear, you know, don't think I'm doing this by myself. Again, it takes a village, right? Because what I can't do, she know how to do. And you know, and she can't speak about in prison the way I could, because thank God she's never been there. So I love you guys. Pray for us. Pray that God give us the anointment, the courage, the strength to continue doing what we're doing, regardless of the outcome. Even if it ain't working, for us not to stop and continue. Don't put God. God is going to do it on his time. All right? God bless you guys. Thank you for watching us. Real Talk with Victor. God bless.